Okay, we are live. We're official. So, episode 2 of the Boxing Politic. I'm BG.
D-Load.
We back at it.
We
So,
need music.
what'd you say?
We need theme music.
Yeah, we'll get that soon. So, we back at it again. Like you said, episode 2. There's not a lot going on, but boxers really have been losing their mind in the past time. I think Corona has affected them.
And
So,
my partner in crime is everyone who doesn't know he's a conspiracy theorist. So I won't get too ahead of the episode, but y'all
I
on.
hate it. So yeah, man, we got we should make that a section. Boxers losing their mind, cause starting off, just we'll talk about Miller, Big Baby Miller. He's obviously lost his mind if he gonna double up on the steroids after having just missed out with Anthony Joshua. But what do you think about that? How do you think it also, do you actually believe he intentionally took it? If so, do you believe something should be done about him, like a permanent ban, anything like that? So,
Um, I,
what's your feelings on the situation?
I I can't speak on if he intentionally did it or not, but I will say it doesn't. To me, it doesn't matter because I mean, whoever you have in your camp, you brought them in your camp to make sure you're situated as far as the best product is when you step in that ring. From your hype man to your cornerman, your trainers, anyone who's helping out with the recovery center. I mean, you chose them to be part of your team and have control of certain things. So I don't know if he intentionally did it, but the people around him, hey man, those are the people in your circle that you wanted to be around. So you ultimately, it's Big Baby Miller's name that's going in the ring, not them. So I mean, you gotta, you know, you gotta hold responsibility, especially now that you've done it twice back to back. I mean, has he stepped in? I mean, yeah, he's
It's
done.
been a while. It's been a
Yeah,
while since he actually stepped in the ring and fought anybody
yeah.
because of this stuff like this, man. It's crazy. Like, I don't know what to say about it. Like, you can't back to back. They're gonna have to do an extended punishment, but at the same time, like, just seeing what has been going on, everybody, not everybody, but it's a lot of cheating going on. It's a lot of cheating, and a lot of people been getting away with it. So if they want to take him out the game completely, they got to take out a lot of people with him. You know.
I was about to say, yeah. I mean, the biggest person in the sport, he blamed the Mexican meat.
Exactly. They changed the rule for him. They changed the rule for him. So what can you do about that? You
He blamed
can't.
the meat.
Yeah, you you rich enough. It ain't like you just got that what $35 million deal,
Yeah,
35 million fight. I
per fight.
could have some shit flown in. You could
Yeah,
get some real Kobe beef. You know what I'm saying? Kobe steak from Japan. You can get that shit overnighted to you with
raising
a
a
chef
fucking
to cook it up.
a
So
bison farm if you want to.
straight up, you can go raise your own at that point. So
Mhm.
I can't really throw him under the bus or anything like that. Just looking at how things have been going,
You
you
ain't
got
sold.
they gotta suspend him. They gotta do something. Like, but I can't say that he deserves a punishment that's any more I guess severe than what you've been seeing other people get.
Yeah. So I mean, ultimately, I mean, it's not a good look for Big Baby. Not a good look for him at all. I really am a fan of him. Me personally, I think he can go toe to toe with a lot of people given the right opportunity. Like I thought he could beat Joshua. I really did.
I thought he would have. I would have put like a little bit of money on it. You know what I'm
I would have
saying?
given him
I
to
would have
beat
put about
Joshua.
100 on it.
But I mean, still, you can't make it in the ring. We will never know. And now Joshua will never fight him. No,
Nah.
no. So I think he's missed his window unless he. I mean, well, obviously he's gonna start from the scratch. So I mean, names he could possibly call out in the division who may fight him. I doubt even this person fights him. Big Ortiz. I doubt Ortiz fights him. I
That
mean,
would
that's,
be
that's a good
something, yeah.
name, but that's a dangerous fight for Ortiz too.
Yeah. Ortiz close to the end, so they would have to break bread for him because he had to jump ship and everything to go across it. I think Ortiz might end up matching up with what's my boy Ruiz,
Yeah,
Andy Ruiz.
yeah, and
Uh,
kill him.
a good name for for Big Baby. I don't know if he'll fight him either. The kid Daniel Dubois. That'll be a great step up for Dubois, but
Yeah,
they
they
building
won't.
him up. They putting money
They won't.
behind him.
Yeah, Dubois, he's still young in his career, I believe. I don't think they'll put him in.
They'll probably put him in with Joe Joyce. Not
And I
Dubois.
mean,
Dubois and Joyce about to fight. I think Joyce is gonna lose that one, but if he lose, I think Miller could get that fight.
yeah, Dubois, he's up and coming. I mean, he could possibly do some. We do need to see a few fights, but I think maybe down the line. Boxing itself, man, it's a scary sport. People are they're just that hitting that restart button for a lot of people is hard for people to do.
Yeah, yeah. Then you got shit like I mean, we won't even get into that. But part of what I'm thinking is with Big Baby, we might even have to start asking, at what point do you say is this man like actually addicted to this shit? Like
Yeah,
the same way with any other drug, you go in that one, you can see the results. Like you can see it, you feel yourself getting stronger. It's no different than any other type of dope. When your body is used to having it and you psychologically like physically can see it and psychologically feel yourself getting stronger and that shit just go away. What
yeah.
point do y'all have to step back and be like, yo, he actually needs rehab from them steroids? You see these bodybuilder cats, they couldn't have just done that by, and this is good to build me up. These fools have to really be addicted to that to get that big. So I feel it can't be no different with Buddy.
Well, I mean, it just and thank goodness for the sport itself and the commission. As far as I mean, you can't duck this testing, so it's going to get twice as hard for him. He's going to get done randomly. If it is someone, I mean, I do hope maybe it's a few bad apples in the camp. Maybe he needed to reset button, a whole new camp. And then maybe if that could shed light from that way, but that's still it's gonna. We're talking, especially with this day, 2 years we may see him fight. Honestly, it could be 2 years
Yeah.
suspension.
I mean, it's already been a year and some change.
Yeah,
Like,
could
cause
be.
it was before he was supposed to fight Joshua Wynn in like a June of last year.
For Andy
That's one
Ruiz.
year. COVID gonna keep him out. Was gonna keep him out, but even before that, it had been what about 3 months? Because you
Yeah,
got 3 months in between the fight, so that's
he's
already
approaching.
15 months. It's
He's
gonna be at least 9
he's early 30s, so yeah, it's his clock is ticking.
for real. His fam got to look at him crazy on that one. I'm like, bro, it just went downhill from there, man. You missed out on.
Mhm.
We don't like seeing Andy Ruiz made what about 28 million in 2 fights, and
Mhm.
you've been on the shelf for 2 years.
Yeah, that's the reality is,
I
but
don't get it.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
Um, on another boxer, your man Adrian, the problem Broner.
he earning that name. Well, he
I
earning
mean,
that. He a problem for himself, others, and society right now, man.
only yeah. I mean, his antics outside of the ring is just. I mean, maybe that's just who he is, I guess. But it's his performance. I don't see him getting another big fight. He may be done, honestly. Um, I don't see. He would have to go down and wait. He truly would. He would have to go. Honestly, for him to be effective in the sport of boxing, he may have to go to 135.
Ain't no way possible.
So
No way possible. But
he may have to go to 135.
I agree with maybe that part that he'll have to go down to be successful, but I don't
And
agree
he
that
may
he
beat
won't have
anybody at
another big
140.
fight. Bruh, he's gonna have another big fight.
Who?
That's a name, Adrian Broner. It might not be a, a Pacquiao big, but who else is up there? Who else is up there in that type of name recognition where he gonna make that kind of crazy money? So
I
of
mean,
course he's not gonna get that. But
Thurman can use a name.
Thurman could use a name, fair enough. So that'll be a good comeback fight for Thurman. And that's when it'll be competitive. You could sell that. You could do the same thing like with these up and comers. Like you gotta go through AB to get there. 140 don't look good at all. 140 don't look good at all. Well, I mean, like Josh Taylor, he ain't nothing special. What's the kid name? The Rougarou, Regis Prograve. He been saying somebody please get AB that 10 million so I can get rid of him. So that name is gonna ring bells, and it's a lot due to this madness that your man is doing outside the ring.
Yeah.
So
Boxing, man.
I think he can still get a good fight. With a good fight, I think he can get a big name and make some good money. What money you think? Like he could probably get a Ryan Garcia fight.
Who?
Ryan Garcia, the kid on Golden Boy.
Who? No.
You don't think so?
Um.
They'll do that. They sent here screaming out Tank Davis. Tank will
I
hurt that
don't
boy.
think he can beat Ryan Garcia.
You don't, bro. You see
I don't think he
it
beat
right there.
Ryan.
Okay, you saying you don't think so? It's compelling in that sense because it'd be like people will give him credit that he can beat Ryan Garcia, and you don't see it.
He
Ryan
out of
Garcia
shape.
lets his hand go a lot, huh?
Yeah, I mean he does.
Yeah, he let his hands go. So that's an opportunity for counters and stuff. That's how AB fighting right about now. It could be something. And he's still at that 135. That's where AB was dominant. He was
Mm-hmm.
walking him down at that weight. So it's a compelling fight. I
It's
bet you if you wanted to build that boy name up, you toss him about 8 million and make that fight happen.
fair enough. Fair enough. That's fair.
He gonna have name value forever.
Yeah, man.
Probably generating more money than Terrence Crawford out here, man. And you know that shit true.
I'm not gonna sit here and allow that conversation. Terrence Crawford, he gonna get his in due time. But boxers, yeah, man, they didn't get to it. Niggas is blowing through their funds. You can tell. They can blow through it. We got YouTube. They turn into YouTube artists now. A bunch of them.
They gotta keep them names ringing, bro.
Yeah,
Somehow.
I agree.
You
I
got
want to do it. But
you got
yeah, man.
the
So
boss calling
the real boss. But
you.
yeah, man. So definitely boxers gonna get back to it. So it was brought to my attention Sunday. Was it Sunday? Monday. Monday about backstory on this. Me and you, we watched the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. A few weeks after that fight, you would send me pictures, and I'm like, okay, Brandon, no. This most recent picture, I don't know if we got a photo. It did look that we all know. It did look a little suspect, especially his training partner made a few statements, but that's can't prove that. But I will say this: I would say it's this. If this is the case, it was a joint effort between Tyson Fury, the commission, negligence or non-negligence, which I doubt, but negligence on Deontay Wilder's camp, which is a lot to say. The picture of his gloves did look very flat and very suspect, but again, we still have not heard of Deontay Wilder lawsuit. If this was the case, I would say Deontay Wilder would be suing the commission of boxing, which he will make twice as much more than he would have in that fight. I truly believe that. Just due to the way of how the sport is, and they check the gloves. The commission takes the gloves for 24 hours. Then when they wrap your hands, the gloves come out with someone there, which now we didn't see it in the fight of the camera because they switched to a different camera, which I do agree, but it doesn't mean it didn't happen. We can't say it didn't happen. I'm pretty sure a fight of that magnitude, Mr. Wilder and them, they ain't that negligent to skip that step. And if they that works out great. So it's a lot of what ifs and buts, but I will say that picture does spark my interest, and I do want to see an investigation.
Yeah, but when I look at that, like I've heard other videos, read things and everything, they say that like with the gloves, depending on the type of gloves you get, it can get manipulated. That's why it's against the rules for them to punch the walls while they getting ready for a fight, because they can just move the padding and shit away. And Fury's had a history of that. His hand has been out of his glove. I told you the thing with the sparring partner. So this ain't his first rodeo. He not new to it. As far as like the commission goes, they've been wrong before. Like with Margarito Cotto. Everybody's pretty sure Margarito had the messed up gloves when he fought Cotto the first time. But commission didn't catch that, and that was a big fight. Then with Mosley, it wasn't until they got in the ring. It wasn't until they got in the ring that Nassim saw it.
Yeah.
So it can get past the commission. Like when I hear that, when people put that down as their reasoning and everything like that, it's just like you act like the commission is like the NSA or some shit. These guys, you know what I'm saying? These guys, they don't have the great attention to detail. We inspecting everything. How are people getting away with all these drug tests? Like Big
But they're
Baby
not.
get caught the first
I mean,
time.
they're catching more than before. We're catching more. But either way, I mean, getting it past them again, that's what Deontay Wilder will lawsuit for negligence. That's the main lawsuit. So if they did get past him, that's a lawsuit. But again, we have not heard anyone from his camp.
His brother spoke on it. You see the post by his brother?
Yeah,
so his
but
brother addressed it.
He ain't really. It wasn't like we were taking the necessary steps. There was nothing that.
I mean, let's hope they don't just announce the lawsuit. Maybe slick it on them. Like eventually put the lawsuit out there.
That doesn't make sense. Us as an African American community, you think we will be supporting that? He won't look bad. He will be labeled as a victim. He's a victim at this point. I don't see why he wouldn't have.
Just let them build up their case first. Then you have evidence for it.
The case
like this video, we just now seeing this glove, so maybe it's more and more. So let's give it time. I don't know which. I mean, I don't know them folks, but I'm hoping, just like you said, it do turn into something like that where they actually putting out they do a real investigation, a third party investigation. Because if the commission investigated, they not gonna say they was wrong. The WBC already took a side, so they need to go get a third party, look into it, see how it can work out. But I'm leaning on the side of he had some manipulated gloves, and he was damn near fighting barefisted in that fight. That's the way I see that. Is you sleep?
No.
But this on this camera, man, it look like your eyes dead closed, bro.
No, I'm looking down.
I got you. Yeah, so that's the way I see it. I think I ain't gonna lie, I wouldn't put nothing past Fury, man. Yeah. This is the man who said he failed the drug test because of uncastrated boar meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did you know it was uncastrated, dog? Like, they sold it to you and let you know.
Yeah.
Like, if that's it, man, I'm not buying it. I'm not buying nothing to come out on. So, yeah.
So we're going to wait and see with that one when it comes to that one.
But we do have some fights to look forward to. Like most of what we're talking about is like outside the ring stuff, since everything with sports is outside the arena, outside the ring. Yeah. But the fight it sounds like should be made is Earl Spence, Maurice Lee. Nah, that ain't it. That's that, bro. That boy throw it off though. You see that with Maurice Lee?
Yeah,
Touch
she's
up the throw off, man.
all right.
They need to help him. But really though, it's Earl and Danny Garcia. And while I have Earl winning the fight, I think Danny got the tools to give him something, man. I
The
think he
tools
gets
of
slept
what?
on, huh?
The
I
tools
just
of what?
think he's gonna be effective. I mean, it's a good comeback fight for Spence because he's not gonna have to search for him, or he don't have to deal with unyielding aggression like he did with Sean Porter, where it's like
Not
a
like he got worried
let
about
it
Danny
off
Garcia
me fight,
jabbing.
huh?
It's not like he got worried about Danny Garcia jabbing or anything like that. It's not like he about that.
You know what? I mean, you got a southpaw and an orthodox fighter, man. The jab ain't gonna be his most effective tool. It's gonna be the straight right. So we gotta we gotta look at that. But hey, and he got a hook. He got a good left hook. That's a good punch for against the southpaw. I really think, man, Danny is underrated. I know his best is gonna be 140, but I think he could. You give him 2 fights with Sean Porter. I thought he won the first one, but you'll definitely have a clear victory in him in a second. This version of Keith Thurman, he'll beat the hell out of what Keith Thurman is. I believe he'll beat Manny Pacquiao right now. So the only guy that's above him, guaranteed, I would say. Well, it's only one. I say Earl is guaranteed over him. I think I think Garcia is competitive with anybody else in the division, Bud included.
Okay, fair enough. Fair. Um, I mean, we gotta wait and see when it comes to Danny itself. Yes, he has a little bit of power and he's very accurate, but he gets tired. He gets tired and his defense lacks. So um, if you're not hitting someone with that right, he's not gonna win on the points.
I mean, he got a style where he's gonna land the more clear punches every time. So I think he can win on points more often because he's more clear than a lot of the like I say than Sean. He's a cleaner lander than Sean. Uh, Keith, he would be too. So I just think he's a more crisp fighter. Like you said, he has the power. He'll eventually catch you. Like there's no getting away from him from the whole night. This guy will time you and everything. So I really think that I love to see him with Terrence Crawford. That should have been the fight that they were pursuing. Like that Bud was pursuing with all these fights he can't actually get. Sean Porter or Danny Garcia was the one he should have been going after.
True. I agree. Agree.
And as far as him and Earl, how you see it ending? How you see it going?
Earl, late knockout.
Wow,
Um, I see late knockout.
knockout. I don't think I've ever seen Danny down.
I mean, I don't. We've never seen Danny versus a body punch like Earl Spence neither, too, as well. So we're gonna have to wait and see. And again,
So that's how you think he would either set it up or actually knock him out with a body punch.
I believe he could knock him out with a body. I think Earl can knock anybody out with his body punches. They really are effective. They truly are.
Yeah.
You know, they drop their hands so much because the first thing he could go to would be the body. I mean, Sean Porter, the first 4 rounds, it was all he was just working from the body inside out. He truly works in that way. So I wouldn't be surprised. Seeing Danny go from a body punch.
I'd be shocked. I'd be shocked if I see anybody put him out. Like, cause I think you would have to with some of the hits I seen him take. Like he took the worst that Lucas Matisse had to give him when they fought. I mean, that was a vicious fight, but you didn't see him go down. Like he was more effective with the aggression and everything. He was landing the harder shots all through it. I mean, he was taking some hard shots, and I don't. I think we saw him like I don't even think he staggered. Like they sent his mouthpiece out into the crowd. He just got a new one. So it'd be hard for me to look at look at Danny fight and with anybody, Earl might have the best shot because he's the strongest in the division. But to really predict a knockout, I have a hard time with that. But I see it going like it'll be a UD. It'll be the first time you actually see him get dominated or anything. That's what I would say.
Okay, that's a fair assessment.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Any other matchups you think is worthwhile in the division? Like, what are some that you think would be competitive that are kind of slept on?
I mean, any fight that Sean Porter is in is going to be competitive. I do want a rematch of Sean Porter and the Cuban guy.
Ugas.
Ugas. I like Ugas. I think he's a good up and comer. But Ugas versus a lot of people will be a good matchup. He's a tough competitor. Ugas.
You know they say he's supposed to be getting with Mikey Garcia next. Mikey really trying to work this 147. He really trying to work that move, man.
We're gonna have to
I
wait.
can't see him winning that.
Yeah, Mikey lose all his power at that weight, as we can see. So maybe like he can outbox him, but so that's just we got to wait and see on that.
Mm. There was rumors him and Bud was supposed to fight, and that's one
Mm-hmm.
of the ones that I think would be a slept on matchup. I give Sean an edge over Bud, but with Ugas, I say it's about 50-50.
Yeah, fair.
Unless unless he show me something like, well, he do kind of fade later in the fight. He don't
Mm-hmm.
get greater later, so I don't know what to really think about that. So they both are just. It seems like more just genuine boxers, not so
Mm-hmm.
much boxer punches, but pure boxers. So it would come down to really who had the better game plan that night. But Terrence get better as the fight go on. He slip a little bit as it go on, so that would be an advantage. I have to get a Bud. So I'd be like, that's a 60-40 to me, Bud way. But I think it's one he should take. He really should be looking for all these guys. But I think that's one that would that was one that would test him. He got a better chance to win it. It puts him in. It takes away one of the PBC guys, so it gets him closer to the fight he talking about he want. And yeah, that's the matchup they really should have pursued. Either that, or they should have been going after Danny to take Danny off the table.
I agree. I agree. So I mean, all in all, I mean, hopefully we can get some more matches going. Less promoter drama. And let's try to put some money in these guys' pockets because they need it. But yeah, man, few good matchups coming down the pipeline. So definitely excited to see where we move forward with.
Straight up. And it looked like we're gonna have a little bit less of the promoter issue as the zone crashes and burns. We'll be they're gonna have to break them jokers up.
Some got to give it done. But yeah, I truly believe this is time where I think we've spoken as much that it comes down to just one belt. I mean, these multiple belts, and it's just going to hurt the sport. Now with the pandemic, they definitely got to switch it up. It cannot be the same model it is before.
You would think some of them sanctioning bodies would have went out of business in the meantime.
Heck
Think
no.
about that. They don't have no fights. They don't have no revenue coming in. Nobody fighting for your WBA regular or none of that other shit that they've been yo what WBC silver and all of that. Nobody been fighting for these. So they are pretty much. I think somebody was about to sue. Dillian White was about to sue them, and they had to give up because they didn't have enough money to actually fight a lawsuit.
Hmm.
So these sanctioning bodies should be going bankrupt. You know what I'm saying? Bless that'll be a blessing. God willing, they go bankrupt, then you can actually have that. And I really think it should be like really the network should just make their own belts. PBC should do a title. Top Rank had a title over there, and then you do it just like the NBA. End of the season, our top guy fight our top guy, and then we start that whole all over. That way you get these matchups more than once. You know what I'm saying? You get a good matchups throughout the year, it don't matter if you lose because you can probably have like a guaranteed purse or something, and then you'll have another chance at the belt coming back round again. You feel me? You alive, man?
I'm here reading this reading this article. Yeah, but it's looking like the zone definitely may not be here with us after this year, especially with the pandemic. I'm not paying no $20. Truly not.
No, $20 to see who? Who?
Tevin Farmer and who else? I don't know.
See somebody, some Juan Francisco Estrada versus somebody with like another 8 syllable name, like
Facts.
116 pounds. Like this is done with. It's
Facts.
time to move on, break some of them companies up, let the other two kind of absorb them, and that'll be it.
Facts. I mean, wait and see.
Yeah. I mean, them pretty much the topics I want to cover. I was gonna add something about Jared Hurd, but we can hit that on the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can discuss that one on the next one.
Allergic to his bullshit.
On time. One loss, and then one terrible
Next
performance
episode,
afterwards. Hey, that would have tied into something else I was gonna ask. Dang, I might have to touch on that. You got the time?
I got a meeting in about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. We'll make it quick. This will be the last topic. So I was saying who would actually come back better after COVID? Who benefits from this? And on my list, Wilder would have been on there, Spence would have been on there, and Jared Hurd. Wilder, after the loss, time to build back up for a later fight instead of having it in July, which was originally slated, can have it in December. Spence gives him more time to train, and his peers will be on his level because they have been out of the ring too. Hurd has the most time to train with his new coach and kind of work on that style. And hopefully he'll be able to kind of fuse it with his natural way of fighting. Because you are who you are. You're not gonna end up Shakur. So let's just take some of the things Stevens, since that was the coach, they share the same coach. Take some of the things he can do, add a little bit to your repertoire, but stay who you are. He got enough time to actually work that out without missing out on big fights or hurting his brand like that. So those were the three I thought most benefited from this COVID break. Was there
Yeah,
any
I agree.
about that?
All the need that extra time wouldn't have hurt
Yeah,
for each one.
yeah,
I think the most it will probably help out of all of them would have been Spence due to that accident.
yeah. Because they said he couldn't even spar till what, September? That's
Well,
crazy.
no, he was
But when he slated to come back,
no. I wouldn't say September,
mm,
but let me see.
July or something. They
He
said he
wanted to
just
fight.
got able to spar. Yeah. All right. So you got that. You think her to ever be able to get back to the top of 154?
Yeah. You know, but I mean, in that division, yeah, it's a lot of good fights for him in that division where he can climb back up in the ranks. Called Tony Harrison put his name out to be a good contender in that, one of the best contenders in that division. Some Lubin's coming.
Yeah.
D-Rock's still there. So I mean, it's a lot of fights where he can bounce back into.
Cool.
He definitely is still a heavy favorite in that division. He is.
Yeah.
But I think he has to fight J-Rock though for him to proceed. There's no way you don't fight J-Rock again.
I mean, really, he might just be like J Rod lost too. So man, I'm just gonna veer off that path.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
bet you he will. I bet you he will. Not after losing like that. You ain't gonna want to walk down that road immediately. You're gonna take some time. And then J Rock he took a loss and he really should have did his rematch clause because looking at it now, looking at COVID, he would have been able to come right back to the fight too. But yes, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we'll sign it off now. Like you said, episode 2. Try to get in weekly. We done made it 2 down. 2 down, getting better and better each time. So we'll be back at it more than likely next week. I'm gonna keep shooting them out to you. Anything you want to sign off with? Anything you want to say before we go?
Black Lives Matter.
Oh, here we
Black
go.
Lives Matters.
Black Lives Matter. All right. So you can follow us at the Boxing Politic right here on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel, like, share, subscribe. It helps out, helps us grow. So please do that. Like I said, we got more and more for you. We'll keep it consistent. I'll holler at you. Y'all take it easy.
Peace.
Peace.